I'm Peter Boyle and I'm the founder of Belfast Kayak Academy. Canoe Polo started at the National Kayak Exhibition in Crystal Palace. Some people from Canoe Club in Strabane saw it there and brought it back to Riversdale Leisure Centre, where they introduced the sport and started a club, and that's where I first came in contact with the sport and doing it in various guises ever since. We would have around 100 players in Belfast Kayak Academy, and the club would compete at various international events, national club championships in Ireland, national club championships in the UK.
My name is Farrell McConvey. I've been playing Canoe Polo for around 7-8 years now.
I'm Caleb Bowden, I'm 21 and I'm from Belfast.
I'm Sarah Madden and I'm from Balahi and I'm 20.
Canoe Polo, there's 8 people on the team, 5 aside, so you have 5 players on the pitch and 3 subs. You have your goalkeeper, 3 players at the back and 1 player at the front. Some basic rules though. Most common one, chopping. You can't hit anybody with your paddle. You can't rip the ball out of them. Or if they're got in front of you and you pull them back by their buoyancy, that's a hand tackle and you're not allowed to.
You sort of have to be a bit crazy to play it. Just really high intensity, lots of fun, lots of hard work. People don't realise what goes into even just paddling in a straight line and throwing a ball. Everyone just wants to win and be the best. And there's really a great community of like pushing people on and getting people to national team standard. And even for the club, like anytime we do well internationally, it all comes back to Pete and all comes back to the club.
So this year is really important to us. We have 4 players selected on the GB national team for the World Championships, and now for the first time one of the guys is going for GB senior men's. They're going to the World Championships expecting to be in the final. You know, that's certainly a semi-final. It gets to the semi-final stage, there'll be a goal in every game. It'll be 1 goal besides every game after that. You know, there'll be no team that'll be head and shoulders above everybody else. You know? Hopefully it's us lifting the trophy. It'd be nice to bring that one home. So this year we'll be hosting the European Club Championships, which is like the Champions League for club teams in Europe. So it's the one competition we really want to compete in. As an Ulster team, we play both in the British Championships and in the Irish, but this year we had to decide before which one we were going to use as a route to get to the Champions League, if you like. So we went down to Mullingar, and all we had to do was get that second place to qualify us for the Champions League, which is taking place in Belfast. It's the last tournament of the season.
Obviously there's always going to be nerves. The very first game is always a tough one. If you win or you lose, that can have a massive toll on how the rest of your tournament goes. If you win that, you're on a high and you're going to the next one. Like, you beat that team, that's one done in the bag. Next one, you beat them, we're top of the group, we're through.
Sorry. 2-0 or 2-all.
We did show that we were the top competitor at a competition, but when it came down to the final, you have to think that you're always the underdog. That's my attitude. Always think you're an underdog, and you'll always play better, I think.
Just do it, and after you say it's wrong or right.
We're on 20 minutes.
Okay? Okay, boys, let's go.
That pitch is slightly behind.
Came to the final in that tournament. The guys were playing an old rival in Wildwater. That's a club I would have played and lost to when from Dublin.
We should have been beating them. Like, you might make one mistake in the match, but that could cost you the game. But everyone throughout the game was making mistakes. It does happen in sport. You do let a foul away, or the referees make the wrong decision sometimes, and it just doesn't go your way. So it is hard to take that on board, and it is hard on the players as well, because you feel like you've lost the game for everyone when the team lost that game. We should have won that competition in my eyes, but the other team took the win that day, and they deserved it because they played better than us. So it's just how you play on the day a lot of the time.
We lost in the final, so the boys were disappointed. So no one wants to go and lose a final, but ultimately it was a wicked team. A few of our guys were on international duty that week, and all we had to do was get that second place to qualify us.
Do it straight from the front hill. I'm waiting for them on the boat. Yeah, but that's the other one. You have one shot now. You take that shot.
The Junior International is an event that we created when our boys and my son Angus and his original group, they won the British National Championships and they won the Irish National Championships at under 16. So we asked around, was there another competition we could go to, or like was there a competition where all the junior teams went to, and there wasn't, so we created it, and that has become Junior International and carried off. So we have over 48 teams coming. I think there's about 24 countries represented from as far away as Asia. I think we have the Malaysian team here, the New Zealand team, we're here for the third time, and from all over Europe. So it's become really now quite a big event in the calendar. This one's a bit unusual in that our under 21 men are not competing as Ulster. Half of them make up the under 21 GB team, and so the Ulster team will effectively be consumed by the GB team, and that's literally because the World Championships is a couple of weeks after. The GB coach has asked could he use this as a warm-up event, and so Ulster won't actually be competing at under 21. We will have teams in every other division, 18, 16 and 14, but we won't be competing as an Ulster team in the under 21 men's.
Juniors national's great. Like this year I played with the under 23s. I definitely got thrown about like a wet sock, but obviously Fergal and I were on the team, and it was funny how I was able to hold my own around these like Swedish like 22-year-old men. But I'm so glad I had them, because it gave me a complete new like outlook on polo again. It's just so fun playing with the boys, and it's just good crack. Like you can see, everyone can see, like, even talking to other foreign players, it's like they think our club is just so much fun because we're all friends.
For this season, I'm the under-21 GB captain. It was the first time we were going to play as GB. Obviously, we played as Ulster team, and there's 4 players on that. But Dara got hit in the head during a sprint. Angus just came back from surgery and was out with appendicitis. So we were 2 men down after day 1, which is not ideal in a competition, but that competition was really to mesh us together again, really play together as a team again.
Our under-21 men had a good start to the tournament. They'd won all their games in their group, so we really felt confident that we'd at least make the final. We got through the semi-final, and unfortunately it finished 1-1, and after 3 periods of overtime, Havel Brothers won it on a golden goal, and that put us down to 3rd, 4th game against New Zealand.
We've played New Zealand a lot of times now. We want to beat them. The stakes were high. We wanted to win that. Going into the game, we were riled up and ready for it. We had the crowd behind us as well, which is great. We worked together in attack, we worked together in defence. We just played well together as a team. It was a really low scoring game, and it drew at the end of the time. So we went on to 3 periods of extra time, and in the last minute of the 3rd extra time, they got a break on us. Jake pulled out a move out of the bag, which I've never seen in Canoe Polo myself, and not many people have. I understand his reasoning for it, which was he wanted to save the game, but a risky decision resulted in them getting a penalty, scoring it and winning the game.
So that left us disappointed in 4th place, but we got some good wins. We beat some big clubs that we would have admired in the past, and so it's great to be going in there and competing against those Central European clubs that we would know to be top clubs, and for us to be in there getting results against them and putting up a good level of competition is really important for us, and we're very proud of them.
Men here. Do I come in here?
So we set off to Belgium for our 3-week period away before the World Championship. Our first tournament was in Dickybus, so we were playing with other senior teams and national teams. We all knew that this was crunch time. Junior International was a fun tournament to play, but now everything from now on we had to knuckle down and take it seriously as possible. We were playing really well together. We had speed, we had passion in our game and play. We had a really good tournament, beating the Danish national men's team. So it was a big achievement for an under-21 team to beat a men's national team.
The senior men's team played in that, so I played with them. So it was very good to get a tournament with the team before the Worlds. Just get all the kind of rusty bits out, all the wee niggles generally got there. We went in not knowing how we were going to go, wanting to do well. Like, we were playing against very high level teams with a lot of experienced players. Really good tournament, really enjoyed it. Where we placed for ourselves, we were very happy with it.
The paddle was my first competition with the under-21 women. There was 3 of us who were 20, and then 1 who was 19, and 3 or 4 who were 16. For them to make the step up was obviously very hard for them, but it also meant that we were playing with a team with different abilities to what we were used to. So my role completely changed, and it was a position I've never been in, of giving people advice. Not because I was that much better than them, but it was because I had a little bit more experience. And we actually ended up doing quite well in the paddle against the other under-21 teams.
It's a big competition, and for us it was a joy to finally get there and compete in it. But with the 2 guys hopefully back from injury for the World Championships, we felt pretty confident that we could step it up a level, and the prep was good and we had some good results, and we felt that we could lift it again going into the World Championships. So the World Championships is every 2 years. This year it was meant to be in Rome, but with COVID that World Championships was cancelled and our guys missed a World. So it's disappointing because at under 21 level you've only got so many chances. Yeah, well, everybody was in it with different expectations, and certainly we got an intention certainly of making semi-finals and hopefully winning the contest. We really had, the guys had prepared well. They're in a good team. They were strong. They certainly would have been one of the favourites. But at under 21 level, the margin for error is tight. There's probably 6 teams to 8 teams that can win it, and it'll be who makes the least mistakes.
So the first set of games we had was against Chinese Taipei, Argentina, Belgium, and the Netherlands. We won all 4 of those games, which put us in the best placing in the second group.
Having won our group, we came through to the final 8, so we'd made the top 8, and that was a step forward from the Europeans the year before. So we're delighted to be in the top 8, and then we had to get out of that group to make a semi-final. So the group started badly for us. We went 2-0 down the first half against Poland. We thought we could pull back in the second half. But the second half was a really unusual game. For the first 7 minutes, we never got the ball. And by the time we realised the boys had to go out and try and had to go to what they call press, we went straight to press and brought a goal back. It was 2-1. We had only a minute to go. We continued the press, but we never got the equaliser. So it just was probably a strategic error. We were thinking, okay, we got that wrong. We should have gone earlier to press.
It was the first loss of the tournament, which is always one of the hardest ones to lose, especially when it's the first game of the second group stage, which you really need to just win every game. It was hard because we knew we could have beat them, and we had beaten them before. We just got outplayed on the day.
To be fair, I was weirdly not nervous for the World Championships because at that point I just was happy to be going, represent GB, playing at a high level and just hope to score some goals and maybe win some games, and at the same time enjoying myself with this team. So we needed to beat Poland, and they're a good team, but the similar standard to us, and they had young players. We went in, and I just remember at half time we were down 2-0. Like, what are we gonna do here? Like, we have to do something. We can't get put out by Poland. Like, this can't just be it. I just remember this goal so particularly. We just ran down the side, and I just slotted one in, and that was it. Like, straight away we were like, we can do this again. And within 2 minutes, I scored 2 goals. I had never been in a position where I was one of the game-changing players. You know, I felt whenever the whistle blew, I genuinely felt like I'd won a World Championship final. Between all of us, we were like, we've just completely defeated the odds here and been a really good team. That was just probably the best one of the whole World Championships for me.
Fergal have made the senior men's team for GB in the World Championships was a big deal for us as a club, and certainly no player from NI has ever represented GB at any kayaking discipline at all, so it's a first there. They went into it with a very good chance. You know, they've a very strong team. They've medalled at under 21 level at the World Championships, and so really Fergal was playing in a strong team. They did really well. They had 2 draws in their group stage against the French and the Italians, and that was enough to knock the French out in their home tournament. So the guys go through and they make a semi-final, and they're into a semi-final with Germany. So Germany are obviously the dominant force in Canoe Polo. They're the most players, the biggest clubs, and the best record at World Championships. So that was always going to be a really difficult game.
So obviously there was like hundreds of people watching, and then we each got to paddle out and then just look up and then see the massive crowd in front of you, knowing that you were then going to play for a medal at the Worlds was just unbelievable.
But it didn't go the way they went, and they lost their semi-final quite heavy loss in the semi-final. Not completely unexpected. To have beat Germany was going to take quite a performance, you know. But Fergal got his goal in the World Championships with a full stadium, and we were very, very proud of him. It really was highlighted the whole tournament for us, you know.
For me personally, brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I played well. I feel like I did what I needed to do. Everyone, for being the first year in the team, like coaches always said, oh, it's kind of like a development year. I didn't really say it was development year. I saw that as I'm on the team. I want to do well here, play against all these other players, and I felt like I showed that when I went to the Worlds, which was very good.
So after losing against Poland, we come up against New Zealand. We know how they play now. We played them in the Junior International.
Winning the New Zealand game then, having played them in Belfast, really we knew exactly what they were at. They were very close to our level, but we thought with the 2 guys back from injury, we thought that'll be okay. You know, we're stronger than we were. Took the lead early. We led 1-0 going into the last minute, and then the Kiwis equalised, and that really was a problem because we should really have pushed harder earlier on in the game for the second goal. So they equalised, and then with seconds left, Angus gives away a contentious penalty.
Shameless T-bone, so but it doesn't matter shot now. It's 2 New Zealand team have done it.
And we've lost the game 2-1. So we're now 2 defeats. We're out. Really, we're not going to make a top 2 at this stage, you know.
It was hard to pick everyone's mood up at that New Zealand game because we knew the competition is sort of over now. Like, we're not going to progress into the semis, so we have nothing to lose now. We have to put everything out there that we have. This is it. Just everything you got. Just go out, play the best polo we can play. Like 5 or 6 players going away to World Championship from one club is phenomenal. Like Pete's been on us for 7 years, saying since we joined, he was like, "I want you to play for us, and you're gonna win us a World Championship," and that is still the goal. That is 100% the goal, and we're gonna bring it back at some point. It's gonna happen, whether it be on men's, whether it be on under 21, still for the younger lads.
We ended up in 7th place, and that's good with us. We're ahead of the Dutch, we're ahead of the Belgians, and when we started, when I was playing, that was really unheard of. The thought that, you know, a team from Northern Ireland would go out and beat a Dutch team or beat a Belgian team. Our aim is to be, you know, a well-renowned club, and that people will fear us when they see us on the playlist at a tournament. They, you know, they won't be thinking, "Oh, that's a walkover." We're not there to make up the numbers. We keep telling the kids we're there to try and win, you know. So I think it shows you the goodwill we have in Belfast for hosting the Junior Worlds, and all the effort that we're putting into developing Canoe Polo has really not gone unnoticed in Europe. And so we get these wonderful invitations now to visit Prague and Spain. So those opportunities for the guys to get to competing at high level, at underage level, is really important for our development. And, you know, it comes around that people are just really pleased that we've put in all this effort to develop the sport.